Is it wrong to have a picnic with your friend?
Yeah.
You think that'd be weird?
That's pretty fucked up, I think.
What did you guys do? Oh, we just had a picnic.
I brought a sack lunch and threw down a blanket.
Why do you guys have that basket? Well, we picnicked.
Is that a hickey? Yeah, we were having a picnic.
Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I am Jesse.
And I am Tom.
And we are alcoholics.
Yeah, we have a serious problem today. We have 5 different beverages before us.
Yeah, we're going to try a few of them.
Actually, no, it's one of the coolest things. These are non-alcoholic beverages. Those of you that have been following and listening along, I have cut back on my drinking, and
I haven't
you've eliminated your drinking.
I've eliminated
since Christmas. So
7 months next week, actually.
Now, where did you hear about this? Jesse's the one that scouted this all out. So
backstory to this is my wife has a cousin. He goes by Coaster. He's a rapper. He's located in Sela. He's kind of making moves happen, and he's been sober himself for, I think he said 8 years now. And he's become an ambassador with certain like non-alcoholic companies because he's making moves. He's performed with some like decent sized like names out there in the rap game.
Kind of a go-getter, like he's making things happen for himself.
Yeah. He's someone he wants to come on the podcast.
Nice.
And it'd be cool to have him just to share his story. Anyway, he's an ambassador to this, and so he was performing at what they call a Live at 5 over in Richland. And so it's like different bands performing and doing whatever. And so before his set, it was either before or after, he was like, hey, let's go over here to this place and try these non-alcoholic stuff. And I was like, all right. First, he gave me a sip of beer, actually. He gave me a sip of a beer that was non-alcoholic. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Because it's an IPA. It was like kind of hoppy. And it was just like.
Did it taste like beer?
Bro, it tasted like beer.
Yeah.
Like to me, when I took that sip, it was just a sip.
Because I have to say, like, of all the alcohols, the only one that I think I would actually drink to not get a buzz would be beer. I do like the flavor of beer. Yep. But so it would do, huh?
It did. But again, I'm not a big fan of like the hoppy stuff. I'm not, maybe I'm a puss. Or I don't know whatever. I don't like super dark beers, and I don't know. It's just. The flavor, but it had that flavor though. Alicia tried it, and I already knew her reaction was going to be. She was like,
yeah. I know.
She's a spitter
too.
Jokes. I did make that joke though when she spit.
With her,
like, hey, you usually swallow. She don't either. But just kidding. But no. Afterwards, after his set and stuff, he was like, "Hey, do you want to go try?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so he's like, "Hey, whatever whatever you want to sound me." I want some of that Cristal. No, I'm just kidding. What is that bubbly? But no, I ended up actually trying this, which is a whiskey sour, and which I like whiskey sours.
Yeah.
And I was surprised at the taste of it because it did have that whiskey sour taste to it. Obviously, it's not 100%. So we'll try this one.
Sure.
But it was good. I liked it. It was refreshing because it was hot out that day. And so this was like on ice. It was, this was in an, ice chest, all nice and icy tasting. It was great. So it had a fresh taste, and I liked it. It had that lemon because there's like lemon or.
Now, was this at the.
This was at the Live at 5.
So they had like a booth out there?
Yeah. So there's places called Kindred Spirits. It's an alcohol-free bottle shop, and it's a sober bar. So they actually do like concerts, or they'll have like performers.
It feels like a bar, but it's just sober.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. Alicia was there. She checked it out, and she liked it because I had to work late Friday night, and then yesterday I had to work. And so, she went and checked it out. She says it's really cool. She bought me a bottle of whiskey, non-alcoholic.
So they'll actually sell the bottles there too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy,
and it's not alcoholic, so they don't have to have a liquor license.
I would. That's what I think.
Have a business license, but no liquor license.
Right.
I would assume.
I was like, kids can try this, right?
0 calories.
Yeah. Whiskey.
This is it's
whiskey.
Food.
Whiskey's actually. I'm telling you, whiskey, like actual whiskey's actually like.
This is insane.
It's not high in calories or carbs and all that stuff. Like they did a study with whiskey where it was like comparable to wine in the benefits that it has.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. So this Kindred Spirits, I guess he's going to be like an ambassador to some of the, I don't know if it's to this company or not, but I know
some of the brewery, whatever companies.
Yeah. I know I want to say he might be an ambassador for this Monday. Is it Mundane or Monday? Monday zero alcohol whiskey.
Really cool bottle.
I did try this whiskey. We'll try it on there. I want to see Tom's reaction. I don't know when the last time you had whiskey is.
Last night, actually, I had a glass. So.
Perfect. Perfect. Because I haven't had whiskey in a hot minute.
Right.
So when I tasted it, because I came home late Friday because I had to work, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It is good. It just didn't have that whiskey taste to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and you and I have discovered through several taste tests that the good old-fashioned Canadian Club seems to be like the zone for us. So there's a lot of different flavors of whiskey.
And that's what I'm wondering, if this is a specific flavor.
Yeah, maybe it's got some different. I wonder whether.
I actually think this would be a good mixer for like sodas or for like whatever you're gonna whiskey and anything else but a soda. That'd be weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, actually, you can do whiskey sours is another one.
This is actually really neat.
Cosmos.
So their little statement here says a cultural shift is underway, a mindset towards self-care, staying sharp, and living life without compromise, a movement that refuses to choose between good health and great taste. Whether you don't drink alcohol or are just sober curious, Monday is here to help you cheers with delicious drinks. So that's kind of a cool statement.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we should dive right in.
I think let's do this.
You want to try that whiskey sour
today? Yes. Let's start with the whiskey sour. We're going to start with the whiskey sour on ice.
Spiritless whiskey sour, non-alcoholic, pour over a cocktail.
Now, was this purchased at that bar as well? Or is this...
Alicia bought all of this there.
Okay.
Like I said, I tried this actually at the Live at 5 because they had a booth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know what this tastes like. And I did like it. It's made with Kentucky 74. Whiskey is distilled non-alcoholic spirits. It's got a little bit of Jesus in it.
Kentucky bourbon, if you will, but non-alcoholic. Fascinating stuff.
Let's do some, what is it, ASMR? I always forget. Wait, it'd be this way.
S&M. Let's do some. Let's do some S&M.
BDSM. That didn't even. So first off,
the smell
smells like it has alcohol in it, and that trips me out.
It does. Yeah. You can smell the...
So mind you, I haven't drank in almost 7 months, right? In 3 days, it'll be 7 months. When I had that drink of beer, like it tripped me out because of how much it tasted like beer.
Yeah.
And I remember walking away after that, and me and Lisa would go and get something to eat. I was like, I feel bad. I feel guilty.
Because you felt like you actually...
I was like, I feel like I drank, and I was legit not like, I was very upset with myself.
Did you?
I wasn't upset where I was like, I ruined my day, but I felt like I have this goal in mind to not drink for a year.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I broke that. And that's like my main focus is if I fell at anything all year, that's the one thing I will not. I won't allow myself, but I didn't
because it was.
But I had that feeling like, fuck.
Did you have any of that, like that mental piece where you're like, am I buzzed? Like, did it do anything to me?
I didn't have that placebo.
Yeah, because I've heard that I could see that being a thing.
Yeah, I'm not
a sip of beer, but
yeah, and that I think people go in there thinking like it's like it's gonna get them fucked up, or they don't know it's non-alcoholic, so the placebo for them is like, I'm so drunk.
But you knew going into it,
it's fake beer. I'm gonna have to drink like 20,000 of these things to fill anything,
and then it's just a sugar rush.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers to you, my friend.
I don't know why I grabbed the mic. I grabbed the mic and cheers.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see how, in a bar situation with friends, you could totally pull that off as like...
But it tastes like a whiskey sour.
It doesn't have that sharp flavor of a whiskey.
No.
So it's definitely like, it would be like a light mixture, But
it'd be like they put more mix than whiskey.
But it's got, I mean, definitely kind of has that, especially that aftertaste, that after feel like you've had a drink.
I know. At least he was joking around. She was like, "Oh, get away! You smell like alcohol. Get away! You smell like non-alcohol. You pussy."
Whenever you're like rolling around the yard, all the non-alcoholic beer cans around.
You know, I drank all this non-alcoholic shit. I pissed my pants. I pissed the bed.
I shit myself.
Can you imagine?
That's all you, dude.
Like, oh my god.
Oh man,
it's got me hot.
I know.
No,
right?
it's actually not bad tasting though.
Not bad at all.
It's not whiskey, but it's good. It is like I said, I actually like this one because it has that whiskey sour taste, and it has enough where it tastes like there's a little hint for me,
right?
Where I'm like, all right, it's all right.
Sure.
But it's not.
Yeah, you can definitely taste, the bitters or whatever it is that makes it that sour.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just water, sugar, natural flavors. Yeah, I don't
water
see
and sugar. That's
xanthium gum, citric acid, glycerin, nitroglycerin. Glycerin. Isn't that song? Or is it Listerine? Or what was the song?
I'm trying to
Listerine. It sounds like glycerin. It's like a Collective Soul, or I forget what the band is.
Yeah.
The Cranberries. Maybe that's the song. It's from the Cranberries.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Someone out there knows what I'm talking about.
Huh.
One of you 12 out there know what I'm talking about.
Somebody.
I'm not gonna drink this one. This one's actually for Blanca. I forgot to bring this one. It's called Mingle. It's a blackberry hibiscus Balani. I don't remember if I tried this one when we were there, but Alicia did, and she actually enjoyed it.
Huh. What sort of an alcoholic drink would that be like?
That would be like a Cosmo or a martini, I'm guessing. It's
okay.
A mocktail. Celebrate your spirits. Booze-free badass founder. It doesn't say. It look like the picture shows it looks like a martini.
It does look like a martini glass.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe something like that.
So it's probably martini-ish.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I don't know. Maybe like a.
I'm wondering if it's
not very
fizzy or.
It might be bubbly. That's what I was just thinking. Okay. If it's like a Truly or one of them,
something like that.
Yeah. White
carbonated
Claw.
Drink.
In remembering, I think it is. I think it's kind of like a little bit of carbonation to it.
Drinking like my good old bar days.
Drinking like our good old podcast days.
The good old days, the early days of the podcast.
Not that early. No, I don't know. No, yeah, early on we did drink a lot.
Well, it was almost a year ago that I started trying to eat and live better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess it's been a hot minute.
It's been about a year almost. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get plastered on this thing a few times.
Only a couple times.
There's been a few times. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so this one it's just so yeah, I think it is like a Truly or something. Mm-hmm. Has like a fruitiness to it.
Yeah. Probably pretty good.
It looks good. Do you want to try this one? Do you want to bust this open, or you want to try
whatever you think would be the best?
You know what? We'll switch up. We went whiskey.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna open up Alicia's.
All right.
So this is Stella Rosa. So if you guys don't know, Stella Rosa actually makes an actual alcohol wine. It's a little different than most wine.
Okay.
I guess the way it's made, but it's more fruity.
Okay.
So like, when you get your normal like cab or whatever, that's not as more dry or whatever. Right. These ones usually are like kind of fruity. So Alicia loves the Stella Rosa, and she hates wine. She loves it because it's very fruity tasting.
Right. Blanca likes Arbor Mist. Probably fairly similar.
Yeah, it is.
Gotcha.
Less carbonated.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to pour it in this one or this one?
Let's do the non-ice, right?
Yeah, let's do non-ice.
Usually you don't do ice.
And this was in the fridge.
Okay, a little fizzy.
A little fizzy.
Kind of a champagne.
Kinda. Is it? It doesn't say what it is.
So as you guys can see, there's some bubbles in there.
Made with real fruit flavors, whatever that means.
Oh, got a real peach smell to it. That's what it says on the bottle. Right. It's peach.
Stella Rosa. I always say Stella Rose. Stella Rose. There is a Stella
Rose, isn't there?
Stellar Rose. It is very peachy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Clinkers. Here we go. That's downright refreshing. Yeah,
That one's good.
I drink that on a hot day.
I would.
Not a lot of it, but a little bit.
I would too. That was good. It's got 18 carbs for 5 ounces.
Oh,
that's not a lot. That's not a lot of ounces, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like what, half a cup, right?
Yeah,
that's not a lot. That's what we just had.
This isn't this isn't the diet option.
Don't drink a bottle. You will be. You'll probably have a headache.
This actually reminds me a lot of
Boone's.
No, surprisingly not. The juice that you give kids on like
New Year's Eve. I was just thinking. I was thinking,
or whatever it is. Yeah,
I was thinking it's the cider.
Yeah,
like apple cider. The grape, the sparkling grape wine.
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Yeah, it is very, very
bubbly,
much so.
Celebratory drink.
Yeah. No, I was thinking the same thing when I took the sip. I was like, that's what it tastes like. So
I wouldn't probably use this as a replacement to
wine,
like a wine or a champagne. It doesn't really have the bite of a wine or a champagne.
No, it doesn't.
But
it is it's refreshing though.
Yeah, and definitely not in place of if you're looking to consume less calories. I don't.
Yeah. Don't take this one either. Although it has real fruit flavors.
It does have real fruit flavors.
Whatever that means, it's real though.
The real fruit flavors.
Dude, I think I'm buzzed.
It has a real flavor of peach.
I know. What does that mean?
Legalese means it's not real peach. I don't know.
It's real fruit. It's a peach. It's just not really a peach.
It's a peach that we made in a laboratory with chemicals. But
I know.
It's got the real flavor.
It has xanthium gum, citric acid, and peach flavor.
Peach flavoring number 32.
I know. And yellow number 5. I think everything's yellow number 5. You know what? I'm gonna save the beer for last.
Okay, let's do that.
Just because I'm out of all these, I think I'm most pumped about this one.
Yeah, me too.
Because the beer, like I said, the beer I had tastes very much like beer. This one,
and this can looks extremely promising.
It does. It looks like a legit
beer
place.
I'd want to take hiking.
Yeah, this is somewhere you would think you were going to like.
Yeah,
Oregon,
like the Sierra Nevadas or something.
Some kind of IPA. This is probably made in Oregon.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Deschutes Brewery or something.
It's made
Willamette Valley.
I was wrong. It's made in San Diego.
Oh shoot! Well,
it's almost in Mexico. It's almost a Mexican beer.
It's a Mexican beer. That's what it is.
That's what it is. But this one looks cool. It's golden. So the story behind this is, I just assume it's going to be like a light beer style,
right?
Like a Budweiser, Bud Light, Coors, like a Coors.
Sure,
that's what I'm thinking because it says golden,
like
so
a
that's
golden ale.
Golden shower, yeah. Upside down.
Does it give any? I mean, I suppose. We'll wait. We'll talk about that more when it comes time. This, of course, is the whiskey we read about earlier. 0 calories, 0 all the way down.
Yeah.
Not a significant source of anything.
No.
Good or bad.
The sugars it does have, it's a monk fruit sugar.
Okay, like a natural.
Yeah, which is if you're on keto friendly or you're trying to do all that stuff, like a lot of times if you look at recipes, it'll ask, instead of sugar, use monk fruit as the
So
substitute.
It's actually, this is a keto friendly.
This would be keto friendly because of that, I think.
Interesting.
Because it doesn't.
Don't quote us. I don't know.
Enjoy within 6 months. Okay, that's probably not going to happen.
Right.
Just throwing that up. Pour neat with bitters, to cola, or in a mixed classic whiskey cocktail. So it's a mixy.
So kind of designed to be mixed with
maybe
something.
I can see that now. So this just has natural spring water. It has citric acid, fruit and vegetable juice for color. Has my favorite thing ever in any kind of drink, not natural flavors.
Awesome.
It's probably my favorite ingredient.
They mix natural whiskey in
this
there.
Natural flavors. We're gonna put real whiskey in this motherfucker and just say it's non-alcoholic. Watch. You know how upset I'd be?
Yeah.
It's non-alcoholic. Whatever. Which one? On ice?
Yeah. Let's do that one on ice. We'll save the other glass for the beer. And this has been chilled.
This was chilled in the house. This is in the fridge. So smell.
Okay, kind of almost like a chocolatey smell.
It kind of does smell chocolatey. I don't remember that last time. The one thing I will say about this, I know some of you guys, this is probably boring, but when I did drink this, the night, was it Friday night? I could taste like the barrel. I don't know. Okay. It was like in a barrel, like smoky. I don't know. It's really.
It had the like the oaky kind of.
I kind of, yeah. I think I might be tripping too. I was like, I didn't use ice. I just drank it.
Is it like the caramel smell?
Maybe it's that monk fruit. All right, we'll try this.
It's the monkey. Definitely sweeter. Yeah. Definitely sweeter than normal whiskey. An afterbite, though.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
The season comes after you take the drink.
Yeah, so it gets hot. Like it has a hot.
It does
taste to it when you drink it.
At first, it kind of hits you with the sweetness, and then you feel sort of the heat blast come through.
And then afterwards is where I can like breathe, or I don't know. Yeah. I can taste the barrel. Like if it was in a barrel.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if these are how that's made. I doubt it. I don't think it's aged like that.
Yeah. Huh.
I can see how this is actually probably good, like mixer.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think of what kind of whiskey this would taste like, but my first initial reaction was not whiskey.
I will say,
but I like that it had that bite at the end.
If you really were getting off of alcohol, this would work because it doesn't really taste like any particular whiskey I can think of.
Yeah.
The aftertaste does kind of give you that sensation. The spices definitely give you sort of that burn.
Well, then that's what's crazy is, when you drink whiskey, it warms you.
Yeah.
I got that like a few seconds after I drank it. Like
it's definitely
I can feel it warmed just because of the natural flavors that make it spicy. Whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad flavor.
No, I think mixing it would be good.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like that's kind of how they.
I got 6 months to fucking drink it now.
Yeah, right. You better get some.
Or it's gonna become real whiskey. It's gonna be aged.
Maybe.
Hurry. The longer you wait,
it will be alcoholic after a while.
The non-alcoholic wears off.
But I like how they put like the high-end like wood cork on top and all that.
It's beautiful, beautiful bottle.
Yeah, I definitely feel
the heat
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Not bad.
I was surprised. I was surprised.
If you are an active whiskey drinker, I would say it probably wouldn't pass your test because it's not really like a whiskey. It's more just like a drink, but
it's good.
It is good. It's definitely not bad.
Something I got to start off with. We're not sponsored by these at all.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Not sponsored. We're just,
just
I
trying them out.
For me, I'm trying to get sober up in a way. I'm not calling it sober, but I'm trying to be better. And so I don't know. I just thought this would be cool. And then with her cousin, he's been sober for 8 years and stuff. And
well, we talk a lot about.
I think it's really cool
trying to take care of yourself, and this is one way to do it.
This is definitely
if you think that you're maybe getting to that point you're drinking more than you want to or something, then there's options out there if you don't want to give up the flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is kind of a cool idea. I didn't know about this till today.
Yeah, and I think proceeds go to some kind of foundation for like
from
alcoholism.
The establishment, the bar, if you will.
The Kindred Spirits. I think not all proceeds, but some of the proceeds of their stuff they get donated to like some alcohol. Nice. They told Alicia. She tried to tell me. I forgot already.
They go to something.
I blame the alcohol on that one.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, Kindred Spirits .store if you want to check it out. If you're not in Washington or near the Tri-Cities, it's just Kindred Spirits .store.
KINDRED.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
SPIRITS.
Yep.
For those of you that can't spell.
Yeah, I'm one of them. You know how I know? My boss told me.
I will admit, I think I would forget how to spell kindred because it sounds like kindred.
Actually, no. I spelled right. My grammar sucks. Oh, I'm opening this beer.
So this is the beer. It's a golden ale, I'm guessing.
Yeah, golden ale.
So it might be maybe a lighter. We'll see.
Okay, let's
see.
I love smelling.
Yes.
Smells
like beer.
I think it smells like beer. It's going to be a hoppy flavor, actually, I think, too.
Yeah. It definitely has a real hoppy...
in this same drawer. Same drawer.
Same drawer.
Okay.
Light color. Nice head.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Boy.
Yeah, this looks good. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of like... If this would be good for me because I love when I'm barbecuing.
I love a lawn or something.
Yeah, I love beer. I love to drink a beer.
Yeah.
So to feel like, because I don't know, the taste of a beer is different when you're like barbecuing or something. You know what I mean? Or like out in the sun.
Very
in the
refreshing in the heat. A nice
water,
cold beer.
Boo. Let me get some beer.
The
head's really good.
The head on top is definitely beer. I mean, it's definitely a beer head.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Hopefully the other stuff doesn't make the flavor taste weird.
Probably not.
That tastes like beer.
It's a light beer.
That tastes like beer, right?
It's a nice light beer.
Like it doesn't have like a weird...
No.
Kind of trips me out. 45 calories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, it tastes like beer though.
It does.
I feel drunk.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a light beer, but it's got sort of a light hoppy flavor.
It does.
It doesn't taste as hoppy as it smells.
So, say blindly, you didn't know this was non-alcoholic, right?
I would assume I was drinking something akin to like a Budweiser.
Yeah, right.
You know, like I would know
it's a little more hot. It feels more. It tastes more fancy than a Bud to me.
Yeah, I guess so.
It tastes like a craft beer.
I guess the lightness of it, though.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. Is like,
but there's those crafty beer companies
but for sure. Yeah, it would definitely be like a craft beer.
What's that beer that you got that had like the surfboard on it?
Oh,
the green one. It had different ones.
All Day IPA. That I think. Yeah,
that's what this.
That was heavier, obviously. Yeah, that was an actual IPA.
But this is what this.
I would be so curious to taste a non-alcoholic IPA. I don't know if that would be possible to make.
The one I had, was way more than this.
Way hoppier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be.
I got golden because I don't like a whole
the hoppy,
and I feel like this is less hoppy.
It is, yeah,
because it's golden. Nice. that was, you know what? This is golden. It's less hoppy.
Man, fascinating.
I actually enjoy the beer.
Ice cold.
Out of all of them, the beer I think is my favorite.
Well, it's the most realistic. It's the most comparable, I would say.
It is. Like I feel guilt still.
Don't.
I know, but like it's weird because it tastes like beer.
Dude, I'm fucked up.
So drunk. I'm just slurring my words.
We never don't mix, man.
I gotta say one thing about drinking I don't miss is
the next day.
The next day, yeah. Like not that I was ever hungover feeling.
Oh, I was.
I'd feel like, you know, I guess it's hungover, but it's I could work, I can do shit, but it's just like, ugh.
Yeah,
felt gross. I haven't felt like that in a minute.
I noticed when I got older, nasty, it got worse. You know.
Yeah.
I hate the headache. I hate the messed up stomach.
Mm-hmm. I sleep a little better now.
Yeah, I rarely drink enough to feel anything the next day these days.
But that's the only time I noticed it if I drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sleep schedule is off, which is off now.
Right.
Like my sleeping's weird, period.
But it's different. When you consume alcohol, the alcohol doesn't really let you go into a deep sleep.
No.
So it's it's just bad sleep altogether.
No, you're right.
But anyway, I'm not an anti-alcohol person. I think it's fine to consume here and there.
No, and I feel the same way.
Like, I think we've kind of come full circle. We're out of our young party days.
Our young party days. At 42, I'm out of my young party days.
Our rambunctious days.
It took me 7 months. It took me missing my kids' Christmas to realize I need to probably not drink.
You know,
I guess it was one of those. That was my bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I hear you.
Being a drunk idiot on Christmas, that's the worst. But
it happens.
Anyway, that was I can't live in that past. But yeah, if you guys want, check it out. And if you guys don't know, maybe you guys have a local place that does this.
Yeah, if anybody knows of anything that is like, wow, this product's really cool for anybody trying to do that. We're not like specifically about non-alcoholic anything.
No, I think it's a nice little avenue for people.
We've talked about mental health before, and I think, alcoholism or non-alcoholism is definitely a piece of that. So
yeah, for sure.
It's kind of a fascinating thing to look at. So
I've always just pictured non-alcohol. The only thing I always thought was O'Doul's.
O'Doul's, which I'm not sure what that tastes like.
That tastes more like a light beer, like a Bud Light, or something like water. Something like that. I remember I was in church. We were going to Mexico to do like a mission trip. It was me and I think there was about 7 of us. It was a youth group. We were traveling. We were getting to the border in San Diego or wherever the border of Tijuana is, right there, because that's where we're driving to. And we're there, and our youth pastor's name was Tony, right? He got O'Doul's, and I remember he was like, "Come on, kids, hurry up and drink those beers." So that's the first time I tried O'Doul's.
That's funny.
Was at a church, a youth group mission trip at the church I went to.
You boys deserve a beer. Here you go.
It was me and there was about 7 of us in our youth group because it was a very small little Christian church.
Yeah,
and it was me, my friend Mike, his sister, and I think there was 2 or 3 other girls. I think me and Mike were the only guys, if I remember. So yeah, no, that was the first time I had O'Doul's. I remember.
Interesting, but
it's very like watery. I've had it after that before, here and there, but I can't recall. But I just remember it was super watery tasting. It's a light beer.
This one wasn't. This was super good. Watery. It was, definitely.
It was actually
beer. Yeah,
it was more. Yeah, it was a little heavier than I actually was anticipating, which I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, nice.
I did. Next time I might try that darker beer.
I'm so curious what that would be like,
because that trips me out how beer tasting that is.
Realistic it was, yeah.
Because all the other ones you can kind of,
you can pretend, but it would definitely I think the whiskey definitely is the way that they recommend it mixed with something.
Yeah, because I can see that would taste good with a Coke. It would actually, I think, taste more like a rum and Coke.
I think it probably would. Yeah,
because of the sweetness, like rum has that,
right,
and that's what it reminds me of. Like if I mix this with Coke, it'd be rum and Coke.
Yeah, probably true. Yeah,
it's a whiskey rum.
Interesting, very interesting.
It's a Kentucky whiskey rum.
It's a blend.
Yeah. Wonder what Kentucky Canadian whiskey tastes like.
Kentucky Canadian bourbon.
This is a Canadian yeah. It's an Irish whiskey Canadian
I would try
club.
to make up what would it be? Kentucky. I don't know. Kentucky. Just a Kentucky bourbon.
But we were talking about sleep, and my issues. Sometimes I have issues. Oh my God, my mom. I'll talk about her here soon. She cracks me up. But anyway, I have issues sleeping. Sometimes I wake up and I just can't go back to sleep. I think you've had that issue before, where you wake up at
especially
3,
when my
4
anxiety got out of control again. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I found that happening, and it's random because the thought that came in my head was I started thinking about this guy. His name was Jerem. He was one of the advisors, residential advisors or so on. So I think over at Job Corps. Anybody in Job Corps would remember him if he's still there, or even if, at this time they would remember. He was good with the students. He was always just happy, but he was also I don't know, not a big brother, like an uncle. So he's a cool uncle, but he was very stern too. He expect stuff. But it's funny because I was always viewed differently when I went in there because I was technically old. I was older than most of the kids. I was 22, 21 or something like that, because you can be up to 23. So I was already, I had life experiences. A lot of these other younger kids didn't. So I was already expected, hey, kids will look up to you, and so I would be told stuff like that. And it was funny because anytime I don't cuss, I cuss, like I said on here, I'll cuss and stuff, but I try not to cuss that much. But when I did over there, Jerem would, all of a sudden I'd be walking upstairs and I'd be talking, I'd cuss, and they'd be like, Jerem, Jesse, I'm like, God damn. He's like, watch what you say, whatever, there's people around. Like, yeah. And then I'd be like, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, whatever. And then go on about a week, 2 weeks later, same thing. I'd be somewhere else on the little campus there at Astoria. I'd cuss, hey, Jesse. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, dude, anytime. I remember telling him that, like, anytime I see you, like, you always catch me when I'm cussing. Like, where are you popping up from, dude? You just materialize as, hey.
Jesse cuss radar.
Beep, 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 beep. Jesse.
Like,
but no, he would always like make me aware of that stuff. And he was very like, I don't know. He kind of helped mold me as a young man, I guess, in a sense. And some of this, the way he was with, I'd see how he was with like the other students and with people, him just interacting like that with me. Yeah, he was serious about it, but he was also jokingly, making it a joke,
Yeah.
He was funny. He was very, don't do that, but also,
I'm not mad at you.
yeah, I'm not mad at you. I know I do it,
Right.
It was one of those. And so I remember that stuck with me a lot, him. And that came to me around 4 a.m. It was the weirdest thought. I was like, why am I thinking about that? Go back to sleep. I just want to sleep a little bit.
You're thinking about somebody that made a difference in your life. That's
yeah.
very nice.
And it was cool. So anybody from Drop Corps, if you guys remember him, Blanco would remember him.
Yeah.
Jerem. Yeah, it's Jerem.
Jerem. That's a very interesting name.
Yeah. Watch it back. It was Jerome,
Yeah, it was
dude. People were
Jerome.
saying it wrong the whole time. But no, it was like Jerem. It was something like that.
Huh,
he was
cool.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. He was I wonder what he's doing these days. I always wonder that. And
Then, still works there or moved on?
Yeah, I don't know. I can still see him doing that. Like, I think it's cool. I think when people have that calling to be in like try to make a difference in kids' life or just young adults' life, I don't think that's something they just, I'm going to go work at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Right, sure.
That's something you pursue and you stay with for the rest of your life because, you love doing that. Like, you're a teacher.
Right.
You're molding these young kids into,
Thank you.
good
Fantastic young adults.
Yeah, amazing. You're going to be the next presidents.
Yeah, I hope so.
But like, you love that, and I don't think you can see yourself doing something different.
No, I've tried.
You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go start building houses.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up a hammer and start swinging. That's...
yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it's a whole career path change, but like, I think the impact and the way it's.
No, definitely. There is a reward to it. There's a lot of stress. Like last year, I don't know why last year got to me. So I stopped taking my anxiety medication, which is funny. I think definitely I need that to stay leveled because there's really no reason for me to be stressed last year.
Yeah.
Just,
no, you were
normal work stuff.
Even within since last year.
Yeah. I mean, I just because I quit the medication over the summer. So it was, again, about a year ago.
Yeah.
And by November, I was super anxious.
Yeah, I remember that.
Didn't get over it all year. Now I'm back on it. Starting to feel. I was super tired when I first got on it. I was sick the first couple days.
Yeah.
It was weird, just like slightly nauseous.
It's weird how your body does that.
I
just
don't remember that the first time. I don't remember that, but
maybe
it happened. This time around, it happened, and then I was tired. I had to take naps frequently, which I don't usually have to do.
Got a good nap though.
I would sleep for like 5 hours.
That's a long nap.
Yeah, I mean it's like borderline all night, and then I'd wake up at like 9. I'd go to like lay down at like 1 and wake up at like 6 or 7.
What do you do? Like, so after you wake up around that time, is it hard to go back to bed?
Well, not really, because like the lucky thing is I would still kind of be groggy, tired.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
I don't have to work right now, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. I'd wake up, stay up till like 11, then go back to sleep, and then sleep till like 8 in the morning.
Okay.
So poor me.
Oh man. I know.
Boo-hoo-hoo. But definitely feel better. And I looked at, what this medication does. And it really just, I forget if it produces, I think it produces more or allows more of the like dopamine and that kind of stuff to release, the endorphins to release. So I don't think my body pumps out enough of that stuff.
Oh, okay. And you've been working out pretty frequent. You've been doing things
probably worse over the summer because it's so hot all the time. But I mean, like I was lifting weights, running, walking, doing a bunch of activity.
Yeah,
lost a lot of weight. There was a lot of factors in life that should have taken care of that anxiety.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had like weird physical manifestations of the anxiety, like nothing extreme, just like little things.
Well, now like you're still like walking.
Antsiness. Yeah, I still, you know, I do enough exercise. I just don't do as much as I did when it was colder out. But yeah, I don't know.
It's easier to exercise in the cold.
It is
not freezing cold though, because if it's too cold, it sucks.
It can. I do like my winter walks don't bother me. It's really the summertime's the hardest because you got to wait so long for the sun to go down for it to not be boiling hot.
I don't mind the fall.
Fall and spring are great times.
Yeah, where it's just perfect. It's just I don't like when it's freezing cold and running in that shit.
Right.
That burns. That burns the throat.
I tend to, I mean, I jog a little bit for sure, but I tend to spend more time walking.
It's just as effective.
Yeah, sometimes I want to run because, like, you know, it's like I've gotten to that point physically where it's like you can feel the exert a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I don't make myself, if I don't feel like doing it, I don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway. Yeah.
I need to get out there and start walking and running again.
It's easy to fall out of it.
Oh, dude, I haven't. Yeah, I've been trying to get my like 10,000 steps in, and so I'm not necessarily like going on like long walks, but I'm you know, keeping active in that way. It's just different activities.
I think I've been worse.
Softball started back up,
weeks,
so
but yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, softball started up, so I got it once a week.
Yeah, there you go. Just high exertion once a week.
That's like plenty. You know, I'll play the whole game or whatever, running around the outfield and stuff.
Sure,
so it's fun in that sense. So I mean, I get my steps and my like heart rate up really well.
That's good.
I get all my exercise I need in that day.
In one day, in 1 2-hour period.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I need.
Well, that's what doctors really recommend is a lot of stagnation mixed with 1 good hour of hard physical work.
Yeah. I need to make it a little more.
No, I hear you though. It's not easy. Like I said, I mean, I really don't have any reason not to at least lift every day. It's in an air conditioned room, but
you know,
I don't know.
Sometimes not doing something is so nice.
It is, and I'm okay with, I guess, being a little lighter right now because I know I'll be starting up, you know, with the weather leveling off a little bit.
Well,
and it's not that I haven't done it. I've been doing it several times a week. It's just not daily. I was doing things, and my goal was to do
multiple times a day,
a walk and a lift every day.
Yeah,
that didn't happen, but that's okay.
Hey.
Summer's not over yet.
You knew where you were shooting, but you knew, like, you know, but I'm going to exercise, though.
Hit the grass. You know, I mean, it's like.
Yeah, you're hitting mid-house.
Yeah, you know, it's like I got to the window. That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I came over the other day to drop off JJ, and you were out walking.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I definitely haven't quit.
I don't walk. I don't know. Lately, I've just been feeling good about not. I always would have that feeling like I have to do something. I have to keep busy.
Right.
Oh, the wife's doing something, so I need to do something. That's a feeling that I've had my whole life. And so I'm trying to like not have that feeling.
I've been working on the same thing, actually.
Because it just drives like I don't need to feel this way. I'm allowed to sit and chill. I'm allowed to not do anything. I'm allowed to be relaxed, and I'm allowed, you know, you got to allow yourself those things.
Right.
Because I would always be just like up and going all day. After work, I'm outside doing something. I'm trying to keep doing stuff like, so lately I've been trying not to do as much, but do, you know, make sure I got these little goals. Okay, I'm going to get this done today, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to, you know, clean this or do that.
Right.
And so, you know, those little goals are adding up, and it's nice, but it's been feeling better. I ain't gonna lie.
Good. I hear you. It's very similar. Yeah. I one of my goals this summer was to not get myself wrapped into a bunch of projects. To just kind of like, let myself chill. And I've done it. So
yeah, it's a good feeling. Like I played more video games, which has been nice.
Yeah.
Like at night, that's usually my wind down now. I'll just play a game, a little basketball game, something simple.
Right.
You know, nothing to spend time in. But I don't know. I know we were speaking of video games before this came on air. So my son went to church.
Yes.
And my wife, she brought us all these, you know, these drinks. So she dropped me off because I'm going to walk home. Speaking of walking, my goal is to walk home, and this was my way to do it. now I don't know if I want to walk home with all these bags. But anyway, my son, he went to church with his older sister.
Can you do me a favor and walk with one bottle in each fist all the way down
all
the road?
Drunk. I just want a cop to pull me over.
Take my breath. That's one of my...
I fell.
My brother had a good
Bro,
breath,
I fell. Oh, I would cry. What the fuck?
Throwing the bottle out.
Yeah. No, so my son went to church with his oldest sister. She has a friend that she's been going to church with the last couple. This is, I think, her second time that I know of. But anyway, she, you know, offered JJ. It was like, he was very conflicted, actually. Where I was telling him, I might rag on church stuff. I grew up going to church a lot. But at the same time, church was cool. You know, there was aspects where I did enjoy it. And youth group was one of them. I really, you know, I really made some good friends. And it was cool. I liked it. But so I told him that, you know, just, hey, go, man. You're going to have fun, blah, blah, blah. So he did go, which is surprising because we got home very late last night after the drive-in. We went to the drive-in movie, watched 2 movies, didn't get home till almost 3 a.m.
I wondered, yeah.
He got up. It was 8 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, he was up before then, actually, because he got ready. Anyway, my wife drops off all this alcohol, non-alcohol, and she shows me this picture. I was like, oh, he's still at church. I was like, is he playing video games at church? And then it got me thinking about Jesus. I was like, is that a Jesus video game? Is that like crucifixion or what is it? Like, are you Jesus? And then we start talking about, right? How crazy. Dude, they got a game out there.
Yeah.
That is like that, where you play Jesus and you go through Jesus's last days.
The way
it's called The Last Days or something.
Going, I do think that there's going to be some kind of like Christian video game.
Well, would there be backlash? Because what if the game was like, graphically, it was just amazing. It was just this open world game, right? Like a GTA, right?
Right.
You do these missions as Jesus,
but you're saving sinners.
But you're saving sinners, and there's like quotes of the Bible and shit. Like, would there be backlash because now? But you have to. There's those major events that happen in his life.
Right.
You got to feed the people.
Right. You
got to take the lashings and get crucified.
Turn water into wine, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be, ultimately, it's going to be like a sad, happy game because, you know, you die on the cross and then you resurrect.
Right.
So at the end, that's what it would be like. Easter would be the end, right?
I want to play the mission where he goes and flips all the tables.
That'd be sick. He'd be so angry.
Well, you know, there'd be a few.
Would they make Jesus all Jack looking in that game, like Kratos from God of War?
Probably. Yeah, he'd glow. He would just have sort of like
he would look like Kratos. He'd have the beard, be just Jack because he's a carpenter. He's got to be kind of strong.
Do you think they just take Mel Gibson and make?
What would you call that game? I still think Crucifixion's a good game.
Crucifixion, yeah. I mean,
or His Last Days or something.
Yeah. JC.
JC. How cool would that game be, though?
Yeah.
It's made by Rockstar Games.
Yeah. I want to think it's something. Yeah, there's got to be some great biblical.
Oh, there's got to be
game studio names out there.
I'm surprised there isn't an actual studio out there that is dedicated to making Christian-based video games.
Well, they just made that one movie that apparently made a bunch of money, so I can almost guarantee you that's going to start happening.
Because you could have like a Moses game.
Right.
You could have games.
Old Testament and New Testament. I mean, you know, there's a lot you could do. Like people screwing their kids because in the Bible, like that happens to folks. Like,
but that's not supposed to happen.
I don't think it should happen. I'm just saying, in the Old Testament of the Bible, there's some stuff that happens that, like, you know, we want to ban books from our kids. Like, I don't know. There's some stuff in that book. I'm like, I wouldn't read that chapter to my son.
So what's going on, Dad?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Do you remember that story? I can't remember what their names are, but the ladies lay with their dad. They get him drunk, and then they lay with him.
I'll have to look that up. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Old Testament, man. It's pretty gnarly stuff.
It's probably somewhere for Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah. Those are bad whore towns.
That's probably like Vegas and...
It is.
Gosh, I don't know.
Los Angeles. I don't know.
Vegas and New York.
Yeah.
Is New York a shitty town? It seems cool. I want to go.
It used to be. I know in like the 70s it was really bad. I know most of the porn stuff is filmed in Miami now, or at least it was at one time. Maybe
Miami.
Maybe not now because they're kind of they're going to, you know,
what
super social.
Oh, porn is.
Well, just as a state, DeSantis is kind of crusading against stuff because he wants to be president. So I don't know if that's still so friendly there, but they left LA because of, I think they had to wear condoms. It's like,
God damn, this sucks.
I think California made a condom law. So then they left California because then you don't have to wear them in Florida, because Florida makes no sense at all.
It's Florida.
As a state. They're special.
You know, sex sells. It's going to make money somewhere.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, sex has been around since the days of the Bible.
Yeah.
Really, when you think about like prostitution, there was a prostitute in the Bible.
Yeah. Mary Magdalene.
Yeah. She was a prostitute.
And you know what? Jesus was nice to her.
Jesus paid good money for her.
Jesus.
Do you think Jesus hooked it up though?
There's a lot of debate, I think, right? There's a lot of debate. Well, there was a historian that said if it would have been mentioned if Jesus didn't have a wife, because at that era, that time, Jewish men, which he was, Jesus was a Jew. He would have had a wife, and if he didn't have a wife, it would have been very abnormal. Yeah. And I don't understand the obsession with the idea Mary had to be a virgin. Jesus must be a virgin. Why?
That's true.
What does their virginity have to do with
it's pure
them?
Though.
I mean, because how many people have we seen in public life that are all holy rollers, holier than thou, and then they get caught? There was just a story today about some senator that got caught with 94 men, and he's an anti-gay senator. And he was like,
you know those anti-gay people are the ones you got to like really look at.
People out there.
Yeah, well, because
no, for real,
they're trying to cover up something that they feel they actually like.
No, there's a lot of shit happening today. I'm just like, man, come on.
That's crazy though. 94.
That's what the story said. I don't know.
I believe it though.
But
I believe it.
I want it to be true, so I'm gonna say yes.
But no, the church's thing.
But it's been over and over. There was a guy. He was a huge mega church leader not that long ago. I can't remember the guy's name now, but he got caught having sex with a guy, and he was super anti-gay. And it's like, to me, and I think I've said this before, it only makes sense to me that God created Earth and He created humans. Yeah. God is so infinitely wise. God would know population needs controls. Homosexuality is such a natural control on childbirth rates. Yeah. If you just let gay people be gay, they can try all they want. They're not going to have any more kids.
That's true. And they'll probably be good parents because they'll adopt.
They'll adopt the kids that nobody wants because you can't get abortions. So then you have all these kids. Somebody needs to adopt them. The gay people will adopt them. I don't see an issue with it. I don't see a morality problem with it.
I grew up, when I grew up in church, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it.
When I grew up in church, you hear about like gays wrong, this and that.
Right.
And it's, like I always thought that's weird. Like, why is that wrong? That doesn't make sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it never made sense to me. Mm-hmm. Like, so murderers can be forgiven or
right.
Child rapists, people who ultimately I feel like you don't need, like there's forgiveness and then there's like, you know what? I'm sorry, but you're still going to hell. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. I hear you.
There's just a wrong.
On the tier of bad things, killing people and raping kids is probably worse than being gay. Yeah.
So being gay, you could have the best heart. You can be the best person.
Do the most good for the world.
It's wrong. See, that doesn't make sense. But I guess in the Bible, it doesn't even say you shouldn't do that.
The Bible
either.
actually really warns people
to
that
lay with
when
kids,
you're judging, that you actually, like the people that are holier than thou, have less a chance of getting into heaven than he says. Some of the people that you point at and say won't be there will be there before you.
Yeah, well, but they say you point. There's 3 fingers pointing back.
Yeah, right.
I point all the time.
1, 2.
Who's that guy over there?
Look at you.
Looking like Shooter.
You're a bad guy.
You're cool. I don't like you.
No, for
look
real.
at us getting all churchy.
I don't know. I understand people have their views, but some of the shit going down right now, I'm just like, man, I can't stand for some of this shit.
So,
like, I don't know.
Something I told my kids. Because, like I said, I'm not against church. I'm not against going to church.
No, of course not. No.
And I've made that clear a million times. But I just don't think those are necessary to go, to get accepted into heaven or whatever. I just told the kids the other day, hey, as long as you're like if you're a good person and you put out good in the world,
right?
And you're not like this piece of shit and an asshole to people. You're naturally just good and you just put that out there,
right?
like I believe those kind of people would go to heaven, even if they're not churchy. It's not like they're bad people because of that. They just, I'm not churchy, but I'll give you the shirt off my back right now if you need it. You know what I mean?
Right. Live by the message.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot happening into the modern world. I don't like to get into stuff too much, but the thing that I will say out of my own conscience, what's being done right now in the guise of equality of religion is, in my mind, completely against what our founding was based on.
Yeah.
The folks that are pushing a Christian agenda, they want a world where the Christian viewpoint is dominant.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's not equality in a system. That's government.
That's government
almost mandating Christianity and Christian views. That's not right.
No, because that's like telling you what you should believe.
Right. You have every right to believe it and to go and pray and to do, all the Christian things that you want to do. The Muslim has every right to go do all of their Muslim prayer, and the Jewish person has every right to theirs. The atheist has a right to not do any of it. The equality comes in everybody having an equal stance and the government not imposing a viewpoint. And I think the fallacy's been this idea, because I can't tell other people all over the place, you're telling me I can't be my religion. That's not what's happening.
Yeah. Well, God gave you freedom of choice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And as far as the folks out there who are gay or, whatever it may be, they have a right to exist. They have a right to live because they're going to anyway. I'm really irked by people who think that they should be fired for who they are.
And
I've really known people personally whose religious view was they shouldn't have a right to work. That they shouldn't, if their employer has a problem with it, they should be fired. I find that to be highly offensive, incorrect.
That's fucked up.
And I will wholeheartedly stand against any politics that go for that. And it's driving me nuts that that's such a driving force right now.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of legitimate stuff to argue over. Human rights, in my mind.
No, there's no argument. Issue. Yeah.
To me,
we're not animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not like.
That's the thing. These are human beings who have every right to live.
Yeah, you don't tell me what I cannot do.
Yeah, and look, like we've said, some of the woke shit and stuff. Like I get sometimes things get to a point of annoyance and all that,
for sure.
But now there's legal stuff happening that is highly effective on people's individual rights to live. If you believe in freedom, you're the same people that argue about freedom and all this stuff. You mean freedom for you. Yeah. You don't mean freedom for everybody. And that's what freedom is.
Yeah.
Freedom is the same for you as it is for your neighbor, as it is for the person that you don't like.
Yeah. If they don't like something you don't, then that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grow up, folks.
I know. You always see people get so mad because they don't believe what, like if you had a viewpoint that I hated or something, and I'm like, I can't be your fucking friend no more.
Right.
I know you're a good person.
I'm being heated over this.
I know you're a good person, but you know what? Because you don't believe
in
socks, I'm out.
Yeah. And there are a few things that I'm like adamant about, but this particular issue, I'm just like, I don't know. The religious takeover of things scares the shit out of me. So
yeah, no.
I'm all for right to religion. I'm all for religious beliefs and all that, but just not everyone has to think the same.
I get it. I get it 100%. Switching gears.
Yes.
We're going to talk about why you should be baptized. No, I'm just kidding.
Today, why Jesus saves.
I'm kidding. No, I guess I can end. I got two questions, but maybe I'll just end with this question since I don't know. Should adults have play dates, like adult play dates? Huh? Is that you hang out with your boys? Is that a play date? Then
it's like an adult version of a play date. Yeah, sure. Like boys' night out, girls' night out.
Yeah, I heard that on the radio, and I was like, that's interesting because I guess there was a study out there showing that adults should have play dates as well.
Right. Well, in theory, we do every week. This is kind of a play date, I suppose. So
it's a set schedule.
And talking with Rich
I think it's
Taylor
healthy
on his podcast, that was the thing that he pointed out as something he liked about our podcast is the idea we pointed out that you can take time out to spend time with a friend on a regular basis. And To me, it's not abnormal.
No.
You know, like you and I hang out. It's a little different for us because we both are sort of involved in the same children.
Yeah.
So we have a good reason to all be together.
But we hang out outside of that.
Right.
Well, I mean, we haven't in a while, but like normally
typically we do.
Yeah. Well,
and yeah, I mean, I've had like Levi, you met Levi. Yeah. He and I have hung out sometimes. Like I do think it's important and it's good to have. You can't have everything wrapped into your romantic relationship. No, you've got to have things outside of that.
You need a timeout.
A whole person, right?
Oh yeah.
And for the relationship itself, yeah.
Yeah, you need just a break sometimes.
Right.
You need a time away from your spouse. They need time away from you.
Right.
You know, because you start like getting at each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like that tension where okay, someone needs to get the fuck out of the house. Either you need to get out or I need to get out.
Right.
But we need some separate time, which is healthy though.
Yes.
I don't think being around each other 24/7 is a healthy way to go. Because then I wonder if that creates a separation anxiety for someone.
It can, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, no, I need him back. Oh my God, where is he at? Or where's she at? I need to text her every half a minute.
Right. I know in my own relationship,
the couch.
Like, we spend a lot of time together, but Blanca would argue we don't spend enough time together, probably. But typically we're around each other.
Well, that's how me and Alicia are.
You know, like last night, Blanca, we watched a few shows together, and she wanted to go watch a movie in the room, and I stayed out and played a game in the living room, like that kind of thing. And I think it's good sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've said before, like I definitely am the type of person, I really like to be around other people. But I need a certain amount of time that's just decompression, just quiet, me alone time.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You know,
we've said that a million times.
Not like if you know, she came around, I wouldn't be like, go away, this is my time. Like, I'm okay with that ending. No. Or like if Elliot comes up, like, yeah, sit down, take a controller. But it's nice sometimes to just not. Because I think no matter how close you are to anybody, you're always kind of putting a show on for others.
Oh,
in a way, no matter how close you are to them.
Yeah. You got to do the part.
Right. It's definitely different. And Blanca's seen me in a shitty mood several times. But it's not like I play real well. But
no. Alicia has seen me the same way. But she knows, I think she knows now, like, I need my time, my space, where I just kind of, like you said, decompress, go off. Like, I'll go play softball. Like, you know. I'm like, that's me being away from the house, which I need because I'm at home all the time.
Right.
I don't want to get in that. Obviously, we've talked about that many times. But getting time away, man. You need it.
I'd say
God damn it.
Yeah, do it. Get a little play date.
Get a little play date.
Call your buddy.
But call it a play date.
See, now, is that weird? Drink some non-alcoholic drinks.
Is that weird to say, though?
I wouldn't actually call you Tom, and be like, hey, Jesse, you want to play date today?
No, that's what I'm saying. When did we get away from that? Huh?
We're like 5? 6? I don't know. Yeah. Let's sword fight. Like, what are you doing to play dates?
Cross streams.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Play dates. Right. Yeah. That's, I don't know. It's such a funny term though. When I heard that, I was like,
yeah, it's a very funny thing, but it's true. It's the same thing. You just do different things. You know, when you're a kid, you play. And when you're an adult, you sit and bullshit. So have a bullshit date with your friend.
Yeah. And maybe you should get out though and do something instead of just hanging out at the house or whatever.
Go to the park and play on a playground.
Like, is it wrong to have a picnic with your friend?
Yeah.
You think that'd be weird?
That's pretty fucked up, I think.
What did you guys do? Oh, we just had a picnic.
I brought a sack lunch and threw down a blanket.
Why do you guys have that basket? Well, we picnicked.
Is that a hickey? Yeah, we were having a picnic.
What was that video? Government's gonna make us gay. So we gone ahead and did it.
Jim, we went ahead and got married before the government made us get married.
Yeah, it was so funny. that video was hilarious. I laughed so hard.
That was almost as good as the fake crime scene video. Man. God, that one cracked me up.
With the glitter.
I hope that we talked about that.
Yeah.
If you haven't, look up the fake crime scene video with the what was the guy?
Yeah, he was like some kind of like what do they call him?
Right?
Yeah, LARP. Yeah, live action role play. He was like does spells.
It's amazing. If you can find it.
What did he tell the cop? I told him, or he tried to do a spell, but since they got beheaded,
he tried to do a necromancy spell to bring him back. But then the cop said that he had tainted the crime scene because that one took a lot of glitter.
Yeah.
So amazingly good. And it looks real. It's apparently not.
It's not real.
But
It
it's
is
done in
very
a
well
way
done.
that just seems like a real clip from some local news channel. It's hysterical.
If that was real, oh my God, that'd been. I would have loved
he
it.
goes to jail for tainting a crime scene. That would be amazing.
Well, I tried it. It didn't
Oh
work.
my God.
But
So
no,
great. You know what, you guys?
we love you.
It's been a hell of a week.
It has been.
Get yourself a non-alcoholic beer
Yeah.
and just chill out in the
Go check
sun.
out Kindred Spirits.
Yeah, those of you locals, go to Kindred Spirits. We'll figure out who exactly they donate money to and
Report back
let
eventually.
you know. Yeah, sometime. Or we'll forget.
We'll
One or the other.
forget.
We're not the most...
Money's on we'll forget. But if you really want to try to win, vote on us to save.
Yeah, I mean, like the over-under on that, I don't know. The odds are extreme.
It
You'll
is.
probably win big.
Yeah, but how long will it take us?
Yeah, how long will it take? We don't know.
We'll just remember
Yeah.
just randomly on
You might
Christmas
cash
Eve.
out your 401k before you get the information back. But
Right.
anyway, well,
Have a good one.
guess that's all for me. All right. See you guys next week.
I was going to talk about my mom's. That's what it was.